My name is Angelique. I am, I guess, a cosplayer. It's basically just Halloween every day. I like to design costumes and props based off of characters from video games or movies, but it's pretty much just making everything from scratch as much as I can. Sometimes I can just get some clothes from the thrift store and kind of compile it all together, but for the most part there's not really like a tutorial on most things. I started cosplaying because I like to draw, so it kind of made it easier to jump right into this kind of like hobby. My inspirations, probably social media. Not posting on it, but a lot of content creators I follow, they do a lot of cosplay. If I was counting the hours that I'm working on it, probably like a couple of months, like 2 to 3 months. But of course, life and work gets in the way, so it ends up being like a year. I don't know if I could put a real price tag on my cosplays, just because it's a lot of material that I have left over, so it kind of all combines into one. I would probably say maximum like 300 just in materials, including like tools like cutting board, foam, scissors, and all that. You have to design your own clothes yourself, so it's a lot of sewing, ripping out your seams because you messed up and starting all over and sewing again. Yeah, it's just a lot of time. A lot of time and money. Whenever there's a clear space on the table, if someone's kind of given up, thrown in the towel, it's like, okay, my turn to start working on mine, and then as soon as you feel burnt out, then it's the next person, so on and so forth. But it's mostly just wherever you can make space. Usually during the con crunch period, when it gets real bad, there'll be sewing machines on the ground, on the table, in the room. Everyone's just going at it. It kind of makes it nice because you can learn from each other and, you know, help each other out with mistakes. And also, if needed, I'll just help someone out. The main reason why I cosplay is just, it feels nice to be able to kind of be a part of a community, not just with like a fandom, you know, like a favorite video game or favorite movie or series. It's nice to connect with people with that, and it's nice to show off your skills. When you sew, you don't really have a chance to show it off, and that connection is just kind of nice. It's like that, it's like chasing that high of like human interaction. Biggest challenge is motivation. It's so hard to just kind of take that big first plunge, whether it be making a pattern, starting to cut fabric that you just bought, and it's like, well, I don't want to make a mistake, so I'll kind of practice more, or just making the time for it because work gets in the way, and other things like, a new video game comes out, and sometimes that makes priority over a one-time event that's months or even a year away. It's real hard to kind of find that motivation. Biggest fear is the way I'm perceived. It's really scary to kind of dress up in something unfamiliar. To even like put on a costume that's not during Halloween, it's really scary because people are really judgmental. So it's nice to be able to have a safe space like Comic-Con, but that fear of, what if you didn't make the costume right? What if your makeup looks off? What if you are perceived as you're the wrong person to dress up as this character? It's really scary, and especially as a woman, it's scary because men are very scary, and you don't want to be perceived in a bad light, especially when you're wearing like some skimpy armor, when you're trying to be a character. But it's easier to get over now over the past years, especially with a lot of conventions have put in like precautions. A lot of people don't like allow that stuff to happen because people make their voices heard. A lot of the fears that I had first starting out are pretty much gone, but it kind of gets over really easily when you're surrounded by other people that really appreciate your craft and just the community. It's just, the love is so nice. It's all overflowing.